Welcome to the next in our prepping for Pesach series. Today we are going to be looking at friends that we don't invite to the Pesach Seder. They are namely the aphid, thrips, mites, and vegetable flies. All of these frequent visitors to our greens, and the Torah forbids us to indulge in using them as a source of our protein. So for that, we need to check them, and our video today is going to show you how we can best find and make sure that we do not have these visitors to our Pesach Seder. The most tasty source of maror is romaine lettuce, which is certainly the best to use, provided we can make sure that we do not have these visitors. The other choice, of course, is the old tradition of chrein, but many people find it very, very difficult to eat chrein, horseradish, unless it's been sweetened, and that does not serve us for the purpose of the mitzvah. So let us proceed with cleaning our lettuce thoroughly to make sure that it's going to be bug-free. Firstly, we're going to remove the bottom end of the head of the lettuce. Obviously that is the area we're going to possibly find the most bugs. We're going to remove the outside leaves, which in any case are yicky. So we'll get rid of those. Now, in order to make sure that when we wash it, everything comes off, is we use the most efficient soap that for this purpose, which is, as you can see, 7th generation dishwasher detergent gel. It's thick, it makes the water very, very soapy, and best of all, it doesn't make a lot of suds. So we're going to pour some in to our bucket of water over here, liberal amount. We're going to take our leaves, we're going to insert them into the water, agitate, right. Now we've agitated. Next step. Easiest to do this over a sink or in the sink. Next step is we take a thrip cloth, which is extremely, extremely fine mesh. Put it between the two strainers, strainer 1, strainer 2, and we are going to remove our lettuce from the water. And for the purpose of this video, we're going to see what happens and what we find in the water after one wash. Now we're going to very carefully pour the lettuce through the strainer and through the mesh. The strainer in spite of being fine, it's not fine enough to hold back any bugs, and they're going to go right through to the mesh. And we're not going to bother looking at the water, but we're going to look at our mesh and see what we have on the mesh. So what we see over here is everything that is on this cloth that was on the leaves, that was in the water, that got strained out through the strainer and landed up on this very fine mesh. So let's take a look with the naked eye what we can see. There looks like, to me, this looks like there's something right here. It's green. There's something here, long and black. There's certainly something here. And we're going to double check and make sure that they are or they aren't. So here, if you notice, there is something greeny yellow. In the middle of it, right in the middle. You got him. Right in the middle. You got him. Number one. Number two is right there. Long, black, in the middle. And number three, I'll check him and see if it is. Not sure. But we certainly have found two, and those are two that we would have eaten had we not checked, and that would not be good for our soul, might be nice and healthy. So what we have over here is an aphid over there, and not quite sure exactly what that one is over there. Now, this is after one wash. We have now taken a second lot of water, added soap to it, and we are going to do another wash, because having found bugs in the first one, we have to be sure that there isn't anything, and everything came off in the wash. And we're going to proceed and repeat the process we did the first time. And set it up with the strainer again for the second time. And we're going to proceed exactly the same way as we did before. We've put the cloth from the second wash on the light box, and we have a fruit fly right in the middle of the magnifying glass. He is visible to the naked eye, right there in the middle of the picture. And right there an aphid. And there. And there. And here, after the third wash, is our cloth. There are still one or two tiny little black spots, but they're not significant. They're dust. Certainly no bugs over here. Our lettuce is clean. Our lettuce is kosher. Our lettuce is perfect for using for the Mitzva of Maror. Chag Sameach, Chag Kashrus v'Sameach to everybody. We do want to point out that romaine lettuce is not the only vegetable that needs checking for bugs. Certainly all green vegetables have an excess of bugs. Certainly the leafy ones, if washed well, can be checked and should always be checked. And I want to point out that there is a regular lettuce available that does have a kosher symbol, and that obviously, if there is a kosher symbol on it, can be used without being checked. So once again, Chag Kosher v'Sameach.
Dayenu, Dayenu. Yeah, you got it. Dayenu, 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 Dayenu. You got the hang of it. Dayenu. That sounds good. Dayenu, 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 Dayenu. Let's sing it again.